What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out something that was suggested in the comments section, and that is Ireland versus England rugby in Croke Park 2007. I'm not really sure what was so special about this particular match. I'm guessing that England and Ireland probably have a pretty big rivalry when it comes to rugby, but honestly, not only do I know very little about the game of rugby, I also obviously don't know much about the individual rivalries. And so I'm really interested to see why this was suggested. Obviously, this has got to be a very special match, based off the fact that there is this little mini documentary about this particular match. But guys, enough rambling. Let's go and jump in here and check out Ireland versus England rugby in Croke Park 2007.
We love playing for our country, regardless of the fact that we get paid. This is a privilege and an honour to play for your country. And we, despite whatever happens, we don't forget these things.
I think that the fact that we had the focus for such a huge task ahead of us, I think that saved us, because we had a mourning period. It was really tough. You had a week, but then straight away you had to get your mind back, because the last thing that we wanted to happen was to embarrass ourselves against England in Croke Park.
Wow, look at the crowd.
The whole build-up to the game was fraught with newspaper comments on national anthems and God Save the Queen, and the whole opening of Croke Park was all dug up again.
I don't think I was really aware of how big the occasion it was till maybe a day or two before the match. Yeah. We tried to detach ourselves from all the emotion. But I think there's no harm sometimes in saying this, okay, this game is a little bit different. Let's use the energy from it, let's use the experience as a way to motivate us.
You stay nice and focused, relax, and into position.
Okay, this seems like a much bigger match than I would think a normal rugby rivalry would probably be. I'm curious, guys. I've got to look this up to see exactly why this match was so special. Okay, now I think that's making sense. The stadium was the site of Bloody Sunday, where Tipperary captain Michael Hogan and 13 others were killed during an atrocity committed at a Dublin versus Tipperary match in 1920. The English team were well aware of the context. And this looks like this was the first time that England and Ireland had played together at Croke Park. Okay. I don't want to look into too much context to give away what happens here. But that makes sense now why this seems to be such a big deal compared to what I expect normal rugby rivalries to be like. So it was the first time England and Ireland played at Croke Park, and it was the site of that incident that happened on Bloody Sunday. Wow. Okay. That's why this is so powerful. Okay, let's continue.
It's about patience, about discipline, about that controlled passion. Do we fucking possess it? Well, today is going to show in each and every one of you. Everyone performs their best ever game for Ireland today. Their best ever game. And we will fucking be victorious here. Trigo asked for it last night, boys. You do everything you have in your body to win the fucking game. He asked for it, he better get it. You do everything you have, every single last bit of energy, effort, fucking concentration you have. You fucking bring it out today.
England make their way to Croke Park.
It's amazing the brotherhood that happens because of sports.
I have a great belief.
I love the camaraderie.
And a great confidence in the Irish sports supporter. When I came to Croke Park that particular Saturday, I felt people would do the right thing. People would show respect for the anthems. People would respect the occasion. And and people would embrace what was going to be a phenomenal sporting occasion.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it was one of the most emotional games I've ever been involved. It was
strange with the, there was like little gaps, like when the president was taking her seat, there was like sort of a slightly longer gap than there normally would be, and then the crowd started to ripple into life again.
A respectful silence almost around Croke Park in anticipation.
It was, one of the best days of my career, without a doubt. I'll never forget it. There was huge emotion, there was intensity, there was passion, there was everything there. It was incredible.
Wow.
It was incredible. I mean, just the build-up in the changing room, running on the field, and it was just the whole thing kept building and building and building to the point where, people were crying during the English national anthem, which was incredible.
Wow, I'm getting chills, man.
The hairs on the back of everyone's necks were standing up. You could feel your heart was nearly pounding out through your jersey.
It was a rendition that I'll never forget, it was just belted out.
Well, anybody who was there will never forget it. It was quite extraordinary. It was almost as momentous as the match, but it was the perfect pre-match pageant and preamble to what was to follow. And an integral part of it. It was part of the reason Ireland played so well.
And when the anthem's finished, it's just dawned on me then that we had a game to play. And if you look at Brian O'Driscoll talking to the team after the anthems, he's smiling because he can feel the energy, and he's telling the guys, this is where you want to be, this is what we want to do.
I can feel the energy just through the screen. I can only imagine what the energy was like in this moment in person. For the players especially, also the fans, but the players on the field surrounded by the fans and knowing that this is a big deal. Probably one of the greatest matches of all time in terms of like what it probably meant to the fans and whatnot. And the players obviously as well. Everybody.
This is what we're about.
On both sides.
I generally be very cautious about games. I just got that feeling that day that there was no way out of here. There was no way we're walking off the field losing to England.
He's got it. And England make the perfect start.
First up, rugby is a fight. It's just a physical fight. It's like a boxing match. If a team or a player is not up for the physical fight,
wow,
he ain't gonna play. And that's what's so good about the Irish performance, the physical intensity from the start.
I don't know much about rugby. I've seen a few compilations about, some different things, but I must say, it definitely looks like a much more fun game than American football does. Obviously, they're not wearing helmets for the most part, and it's just much more impactful. We'll say that.
Something again that we'd said after the French game was that if we can go through this game and sort of win all the collisions and sort of basically beat your man, that you're going to win the game.
Easterby into the England 22, terrific run. And again Easterby put to ground. Ireland almost there. Stringer can see it, they can dig it out. Offside, advantage to Ireland. England down to 14.
I just feel you've let people down. The determination was there to put things right, to rectify the faults of the French game.
Ireland go to the maul. It's 5 metres away to the English line. Advantage being played to Ireland. Inches away now. Control required. acquired. Stringer has. He's going to try and go on his own. Offloaded. Still the opportunity.
I love how they do the lateral passing. Wow. The energy, man.
Side has playing with each other, being together for so long.
Whatever the secret ingredients were to that performance, the fear of failure, the sight of all white jerseys, all of it, if they could just bottle it and have a swig from it before every game, they would win the World Cup.
Couple of meters short. Stringer for Wallace, one of the great ball carriers. He's there. Okay, try.
We were giving as good as we got, if not better. And I think that always helps when you're on top in the physical standings.
Let's be here. Be honest with each other.
Holy!
Sure, we've been good. I'll give you that. But we could be fucking great.
It's just fucking great energy. Stick with that energy.
Don't underestimate how hard you're working for each other. It's fucking great, lads.
Stick with that energy. With them without the football. With them without the football. Keep working for each other. Keep the talk up. Keep the line speed up when they fucking move it.
There's no one here is fucking tired. I feel like I haven't fucking played yet. You know what I mean? There's fucking so much more in us. We should be talking about putting up a fucking score here, not their purple patch. Why should be going bananas now for 40 minutes?
Dude, that halftime, like everybody speaking like that would have me so on fire, man. I can only imagine how they come out back onto the field after being fired up like that.
On to Andy Farrell, and now England go wide. They have numbers if they can release. Lucy to the new man, Strettle.
Oh!
There may well have been a foot in touch. The television match official will be the one who will decide it. Try give it.
England were in this game with something to play for too, you know. I mean, they were coming in at a back of 2 wins, and you know they were on for a Grand Slam themselves, and you know they weren't going to give up.
I think England started to believe a bit there that they might now have a chance coming back into the game. I wouldn't say I was worried, but I was just wanting to see what the reaction would be.
Agreed. Penalty Ireland.
The one-trick pony. We must be the 100-trick pony. We've so many ways of scoring.
Brian O'Driscoll, who took the ball. Now it's Leamy off the back of the Irish scrum.
And this is the moment of the championship.
3 meters short, presented for Stringer.
We were aware that Johnny obviously defends quite narrow. I think Brian and Darce were expecting the ball.
We don't use it that often in games. It's something that we practice a bit in training.
I think it was fitting for Croke Park that we threw one of these in, you know, you have to.
O'Gara, crossfield kick.
The most important thing there is to put the kick in the right area.
Shane Horgan's in position.
And I knew once the ball was there, try time, you know.
Wow!
You know, it brings a smile to my face, makes me happy, you know, because you're there.
What a catch.
With the back line, you know, you're there playing with all your friends, and you're in Croke Park and scoring tries, and it's bizarre that it's a try in Croke Park, but it's, you know, it's what you wanted to do. When you wanted to get scores in Croke Park when you're growing up, you know.
It's been a lost cause for most of this game. Here's England again, giving it away.
Wow!
Isaac Boss under the post.
How many yards was that?
They're trilling in the wind.
Yeah, he gave himself a clap as well. Well done.
A perfect day for Irish rugby is rounded off.
In Ireland's history, Ireland have never really done this. Put what I would call one of the big 5 teams to the sword.
We were that many points better than England on the day. We were 30 points better than them. I was very, very proud of the team. I was very proud to be Irish. I was very proud of Croke Park. So I was very proud to be an Irishman.
This was a moment of history, and I really don't think that's overstating the case. It really did project Ireland in a great light, and particularly in England, but just generally around the world, and an Ireland that was very confident.
Wow.
And an Ireland that had a bloody good rugby team.
And I think when you're in the middle of it, it means a lot to you, and you don't quite understand until afterwards what it means to everybody else. And it's only that night and the following day, for me, and I think most of the players and staff, we realised how really important it was.
This was incredible. You know, like, I think that this was obviously the first time England and Ireland had played at Croke Park, obviously with the history of the park, which I've never looked into that. I've obviously heard of Bloody Sunday, but it's something I've never looked into. Maybe I should at this point. But wow, this was powerful. What an incredible match. I mean, you could just feel the emotion coming through the screen. I can only imagine what it was like to be there. I must say, every time I see rugby, which hasn't honestly been that much, I love the finesse of how they laterally pass or pass behind. It's just beautiful in a way. It's almost an art. I'd like to know a bit more about the history of this in general and the history of the rivalry, because I'm guessing that England and Ireland probably have a very, very strong rivalry. Probably not just in rugby, probably in numerous sports. It just makes sense because of not only the history, but, the Great Britain and Ireland, the two islands being, right next to each other. But I'm guessing Scotland and Ireland have a great rivalry as well, probably Wales as well. But let me know in the comments, guys. Is it England and Ireland that has the biggest rivalry, or is it Ireland and Scotland, or Ireland and Wales? But guys, incredible. Really enjoyed checking this out. Let me know in the comments what you think we should check out next. Lindsay's obviously not here today. She was busy again, but no worries, she will be back. And we both want to check out some more stuff about rugby. So also let me know in the comments what you think we should check out. Not only in terms of Ireland or England rivalry stuff, but also just rugby in general. Anyways, guys, I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow us on our journey. Until next time, peace.